The summer transfer window is here. The rumour mill is in full swing. I'm seeing a lot of star-studded transfers getting rumoured all across the biggest teams in European football. But for me, one of the most interesting parts of the transfer window for this summer is going to be what happens with a lot of Premier League teams with their goalkeepers. Man United can now finally get rid of David De Gea. His contract is up in the summer, and that huge contract that he's been on really does feel like an anchor that's held that club back. They're in the market for Diogo Costa, who has been gathering interest all over Europe. He made headlines all across Europe, from coming from Porto's bench to being not only their number one goalkeeper, but the number one Portugal goalkeeper going into the World Cup that we just had. Bayern Munich tried to sign him in January to cover for Manuel Neuer's leg break, but it seems like Man United, Chelsea, and I don't know why Tottenham aren't in the conversation as well, are hot on the heels of Diogo Costa to try and bring him in, and I can see what all the fuss is about. First of all, he's actually a really good shot stopper, a good goalkeeper for Porto and for Portugal. He's facing on average 3 shots per 90, and he's saving 2.3 of them with his own reflexes, his own ability as a goalkeeper. But as we know, modern teams and modern managers love goalkeepers that can play out from the back. He's got over 98% pass accuracy. That, coupled with the fact that he's averaging just under 2.5 short goal kicks per 90, emphasises the fact that he is actually pretty good in tight spaces with the ball at his feet. But it's his long ball accuracy. He's averaged over his entire career, which is quite short, 10 long accurate balls into the opposition half, which is an outlet of distribution for teams at the elite level, is an apex statistic. And a lovely detail that I love about Diogo Costa is over the last 12 months, not only has he saved 3 penalties, he's registered himself with an assist as well. If Man United do sign Diogo Costa, then I think it would be the most Spursy transfer of all time for them to sign David De Gea. I don't know where else David De Gea could really go. His wages are so incredibly huge, it feels like it would only really be a London club that could take him on. Staying in the Premier League probably appeals to him, and I don't think he's going to have many suitors across world football, so that's one that I'm waiting to laugh at in time. But if Man United do sign Diogo Costa, I don't know what Chelsea and Pochettino are going to do with either Mendy or Kepa Arrizabalaga. Tottenham desperately need to solve their goalkeeping problem, with Lloris being injured and quite frankly been subpar for quite a while, and Fraser Forster being a number 2 goalkeeper for them quite thoroughly. They clearly need an upgrade in the goalkeeper position. Now, if Tottenham didn't go full Spursy and go and get De Gea, I could see them quite easily going and getting a loan or some sort of promise to buy deal on the go for Alexander Nubel, who is owned by Bayern Munich, won't be staying at Monaco, and he's already on record as saying he will not be a number 2 to Manuel Neuer at Bayern Munich, but maybe everyone wants to keep him on the books on a permanent basis and wait for that opportunity to arise. So again, maybe another 2-year loan or something like that could work for him. He's got great statistics that kind of marry up with what we've seen with Diogo Costa, but just to a lesser extent. He's definitely not as good as Diogo Costa, but he has a lot of similar credentials. Another player I would throw into that could be great value option, but does have elite potential, is Giorgi Mamardashvili. The Valencia goalkeeper has been doing incredibly well to try and keep Valencia from getting relegated. He's facing 3.78 shots per 90, and he's saving 2.65 of them with his own reflexes. He's got good passing statistics, and when you watch him, he's a very commanding goalkeeper. And with Valencia floundering at the bottom of La Liga, whether they stave off relegation or not, Mamardashvili could be a great goalkeeper option that's available this summer. Now, I don't care whether it's Tottenham, Man United, Chelsea, Juventus, any elite club that's on the market this summer looking for a goalkeeper. I don't know why I'm not seeing more and more links and someone actually going and signing Mark Flekken from Freiburg. The Dutch goalkeeper has been an absolute sensation and one of the stars that's seen Freiburg really shoot up the Bundesliga over the last 2 or 3 seasons, and had a very formidable Europa League campaign. In the Bundesliga, in the Polka Cup, and in Europa League, he is facing on average 4.63 shots per 90, and he's saving 3.4 of them with his own reflexes. He's a fantastic shot-stopping goalkeeper with an expected goals conceded of 1.27. He's only actually conceded 1.2, which is actually a very impressive difference. And again, at Freiburg, he's maybe asked to play a little bit differently, but he's got this short pass accuracy over 98% with around 2 goal kicks getting played per 90, but he's got a 72% accuracy rate on his long balls, and he completes 11.65 accurate long balls per 90. He has been a fantastic outlet for Freiburg. not just at saving shots, but in getting the play up the pitch and in transition for them as well. And he's been an absolutely amazing goalkeeper. He was called into the Dutch team, didn't really get much of a crack at the whip there, unfortunately. But I think any smart team out there would be picking up a Rolls Royce in Mark Flekken for their goalkeeper option this summer. There's a transfer every summer that maybe goes a little bit under the radar initially, but then in the fullness of time goes on to become one of the most pivotal transfers for either a club or a season, depending on what we're talking about. And when it comes to goalkeepers this summer, Anatolii Trubin is by far and away going to be one of the most pivotal transfers that happens this summer. The 21-year-old Ukrainian only burst onto the scene in October 2020, and since then he's had 17 Champions League appearances, 8 Europa League appearances, and he's going on to become the Ukraine #1 goalkeeper. In that time, he's kept clean sheets home and away in the Champions League group stages to Inter Milan in his debut season. In that same campaign, he also kept a clean sheet at the Santiago Bernabeu. For Shakhtar in the Champions League and the Europa League, and for Ukraine, he is facing just under 6 shots per 90, and he's saving 4.29 of them with his own reflexes. He's a fantastic saving goalkeeper. I had the pleasure to watch him live in person when Shakhtar played Celtic in the group stages of this year's Champions League. And again, Shakhtar have played a different style of football. They're not really a play out from the back sort of team, but he does take short goal kicks. He takes just under 3 of them per 90, and again, he has an over 98% pass accuracy for short passing. At 8 long passes per 90, it's probably the lowest volume that we see in today's video, but he does have accuracy up there, and he's just been asked to do it much less. But at 1.53 interceptions per 90, he trumps every other goalkeeper in this video for that sweeper keeper, sweeping the last line, stopping the counter-attack and kicking the ball out or retrieving possession for the team. And for me, I think we're going to see Trubin probably end up at Brighton, who are now managed by his former manager De Zerbi. Benfica have been hotly linked to him, and I think honestly any club in European football, Juventus, Man United, Chelsea, Tottenham, really should be spending all the goalkeeper budget they've got on Anatolii Trubin. At 21 years of age, he's already proven at the elite level, and surely the only way is up when putting him in a much more elite environment to help him progress and develop his skills. If he goes to Benfica, it'll only be a matter of time before he really does show up in one of the top 5 clubs in world football. I would love to see him go to Brighton if they can secure credible European football for next year. And again, if Tottenham can't sign Diogo Costa, or Chelsea for that matter, then Anatolii Trubin really should be top of the list. Let me know your thoughts on all the goalkeepers featured in today's video. Like, subscribe, share and retweet and all that good stuff, guys. Stay out of trouble, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.